Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video basically gonna talk about what happened after last video. If you didn't see the last video, I basically gave a quick summary, putting the engine back together, everything, the clutch, the transmission, and then I shoved it back in the engine bay and then started it. So yeah, after that we went on a little test drive, and surprisingly the car actually drove really well. Being that of course we bought the car unseen, so like the bushings, the shocks, everything, it drove straight. There was no like hidden surprises anywhere. The only complaint really was that the car is straight piped, which I don't care what anybody says, straight pipe VQs sound the worst fucking at me. So thankfully actually my brother had this like, that was a parts car, but it was actually his first like real project car that he bought. Just over time it just spiraled into being a parts car, starting off with him selling the engine and tranny out of the blue randomly one day. So, and pretty much from there, for the teal 350Z, actually we have another one that you guys are not aware of yet, that it's a little bit more maybe in depth of how we're gonna go about showcasing it on the channel. Guys, do me a solid real quick, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button down below, honestly, because there's gonna be some fire content coming real soon. These cars are kind of just like the basic cars, so we can get some type of revenue coming in to finish our other cars. I myself have two S chassis, my brother has an Evo 10, so we have some pretty solid foundational cars that we could build off of, that we have the parts for, but just maybe not the money to finish them right now. And hopefully with selling this car and the other one, I guess I just said, the red 350Z, we could move on. But back to what I was saying, right? The teal 350Z, the straight pipe, that's a whole issue. My brother, the parts car actually had a stock OEM exhaust, so we pretty much just yanked it out, put it back on teal, put it back in the teal 350Z to make it quiet. But then we went back for another test drive, and can you go back? Oh my god, dude, we look like a bunch of clowns, bro. We got stuck going out the driveway on the driveway. I don't even know how that happens. Which, to show you guys like a little picture, of the advertisement when we bought the car, you can clearly see the cars like lowered on either some cut springs or some type of just lowering springs. So that for sure that for sure was really funny, just being stuck there. Honestly, I don't even remember how we got it unstuck, just because it was on there pretty good. But so we went back to the gray 350, stole the shocks, put them on the teal one, then we put the teal ones on the gray one. Then we went now for another little test drive. Let me see what else was bad. And then that test drive went actually pretty well, so then it was on to moving on to the next issue that the car had, which was the door did not go up or down, it was just like staying in one place. So we obviously had to take off the door card, which we did, and then we found we found these like 2x4s holding up the window, because the mechanism just didn't work at all. Which this guy, man, the previous owner, he's something else. But I can't even lie, we got finessed on this car, low key. But yeah, so we went again back to the gray 350Z, stole the whole mechanism for the passenger window, so it could go up and down. We installed that, and then obviously it went good. I mean, that one works, so that check that off the list now. So that worked. And then let me see, we went and taking off this nasty ass tint the windows had, and then some like cheap ass eBay carbon fibre wrap that was like around the center console. And then from there, I think it was just like working on like the outside of things. Like for example, the bumper was really bad. It had cracks everywhere. It was like chipped. the whole fiberglass was like splitting in half in certain areas, which, you know, let's be real, I mean, this bumper is an eBay bumper. I mean, you could tell, I mean, it didn't really fit at all, but I kind of wanted to, you know, experiment, try to make this one work, which eventually I did. And like I said, it was fiberglass, so all I used was like the tablets, like the fiberglass, you know, cloths with the you know, the glue, and like the kits. And so I, you know, I patched them all up and then hit them with, you know, Bondo and stuff, and then primered it. I didn't show this part, but then, you know, we painted it with a cheap, you know, $10-15 Harbor Freight gun. I don't remember which one it was, but it honestly came out pretty good. I'm pretty excited about that. So then we know we flopped that bumper back on the car, and, you know, the car, you know, instantly 10 times better, 100% from that, you know, the POS bumper to, you know, color match for the most part. I think it's a little off, but it does look a lot better than, you know, how the car came. And then let me see, then after that, I think we move more to the aesthetics of the car. My brother has like these like spare like knockoff white wheels. I don't even know of what, probably like some C28s. Actually no, not C28s, I don't remember. I think some like adamant ones, some knockoff adamant ones. So we've bought them on the car, you know, obviously looked a lot better. So we did that. You know, hopefully it brings up the value of the car, who knows. Actually it has pretty good tires on it. I don't even remember which ones they were. I think they were Achilles, some new Achilles, and it has really good tread pattern and, you know, tread, so, you know, that's a plus to that. Oh, after that we found this like little issue. So basically, you know, when we have the car on idle, or yeah, pretty much on idle, the output shaft on the transmission vibrates. It does like this really bad sounding noise. And so, you know, I went on the forums, the 350Z forums, and a lot of people said that it's actually normal. Even though I choose to believe that that is not normal, you know. And let's be real, like if you're gonna buy a car off somebody, you're gonna want to make sure that it's, you know, what you're buying is actually good. You know, we gotta fix that. I'm guessing it's the pilot bearing that goes like on the back of the crank, which I changed. You know, I'll put the little clip here. I changed it. I put it in correctly. It didn't break or anything. I don't even know. Maybe off of us installing the transmission, it somehow, you know, broke. I don't know how that's possible for the most part, because it kind of went in, you know, okay. Didn't really struggle with it too much, but for sure we have to check that out. Although, you know, before that I made sure that the transmission was okay. You know, it wasn't any type of gear, synchro. The flywheel was okay. You know, I used thread lock and I, you know, torqued them all to spec. So for sure that wasn't the case. And yeah, you know, I think pretty much after that all we did was we washed, you know, the seats, you know, vacuumed the whole car, just because, you know, we live in California, we live in a valley. There was like this one like specific week that it just started, you know, the whole mountainside started catching on fire. There was ash everywhere in the air, and we're idiots, we left the fucking windows open, and then upon leaving that open, you know, a bunch of ash went in there. So for sure we gave it a good, you know, detailed cleaning, you know, with the vacuum and taking off the seats, and then, you know, power washing, you know, the mats and whatnot. Yeah, so we put it all back together, and then that's all we did. You know, kind of summarizing it. I wasn't gonna do this again like the format of the last video, but to be honest, the last video is pretty trash. This one is hopefully gonna turn out a little bit better. I'm still trying to figure out what type of format I want to use for these videos, so bear with me, guys. You know, all these 3 videos so far are like pretty much my experiment videos, like to see, you know, what I like, what I don't like. But actually I think I'm just gonna end it there. So again, you know, like this video, comment if you want. Honestly, I don't care. You can just be like, hey, I'll probably answer you back like, hey. Subscribe for sure. Like I said, you know, we got some fire content coming soon, you know, because we do have these like basic cars, like these 350Zs, right, we're trying to get rid of, kind of flip for money. But behind the scenes we have even better cars. You know, I said I have 2 S chassis. One of them is like on the way of like essentially like being really, you know, really clean and done. I've had that car since I was 13. I'm 19 now, so you know, I for sure want to finish that. That's like my priority. And then my brother has like I said, he has a Evo 10. He took off, you know, the turbo and all that stuff, but we're gonna put back on. But this time we're gonna put on with like some injectors, and then I think he needed a fuel pump, and I think that's about it. And then, You know, his goal is somewhere, you know, to realistically be like, I think 400 or 500 horsepower. I don't remember. So, you know, expect that on the channel real soon. So that, I mean, that'd be pretty interesting too to see. Yeah, and then we're gonna start, you know, tracking the cars as well. But you know, of course, first we got to get rid of these basic cars so we can, you know, fund our other cars. But yeah, like I said, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.